Good morning, my fellow treasure hunters and explorers. It's time for a new coin giveaway. I didn't get this done in the month of December, so this is for the December coin giveaway. I'm going to draw a name out and then tell you a little bit about this coin. Okay, here's the coin that's given away. It's a limited edition. It weighs almost 2 ounces. We've got about 30 names in here. It looks like if you're interested in being in this drawing, email me your name and we'll put your name in, and then we'll let you know if you draw it in one of the next few months' drawings. There we go. Oh, I got Tracy Gardner. Tracy Gardner. Alright, Tracy, I'm going to be sending you a coin. The rest of you, if you're interested in getting put in our monthly drawing, send me your name and we'll notify you if you draw it. Okay, I haven't really told anybody about the nature of this coin that I created or what it symbolizes or any of the symbols on here stand for. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. I'm actually going to offer a few of these for sale. I had only 100 of them made and I've got less than 50 of them left. It'll take me quite a while to give them all away through the channel. I'll probably put aside 12 of them so that I can give away one each month this year. The rest of them I'm going to go ahead and sell so I can move on to something else with the giveaways. But that's a limited edition coin, and the features on this coin on the background, I've got the rule of martilhoio, which is a Portuguese and Spanish navigation technique that the Portuguese and the Spanish used as they were navigating by ship across the ocean. They used their astral lobes and different tools to combine with this technique to stay on track as they went from one point to another. It was able to get them pretty much anywhere that they had the location to. They could use the stars, they could use a compass to navigate through using this rule, and if they got off track they could easily figure the time in which they were off track and get back on track. So it was a pretty cool navigation technique. They took this technique to land and they were able to use it as they crossed over the continents they implemented a series of monuments and glyphs and different things that they would be able to verify their location. They would navigate, and then they would be able to verify by the presence of a monument or a glyph or a land feature that was on their documents that would tell them that they were in the right location. And that's how they were able to navigate to missions, to mines, to treasure caches, to locations that somebody else had been there and documented, and they could get back to those locations using this technique. Now the top of the coin is a cross, and this cross is a very well-known famous cross that can be found near the Spanish Wash area in Utah. This is the first treasure story that I had anything to do with, and one of the reasons I became a treasure hunter was the story of the Golden Jesus Cross. And some people know it as the Llewellyn Harris story. And I've told that on this website. I've made a few videos about it. A very significant story, a very great treasure. It's a treasure that was found by Llewellyn Harris. The Native Americans gave him a map to the treasure, and then Then he took his Navajo friend and they went and found the treasure's location. He actually recovered this treasure. Through that information, through family journals and information, verbal information, and also from a stone map that was found by Jacob Hamlin, and I got a copy of that. And then later, doing my own research, I was able to find a large flat stone on the ground that actually contained this same map and some additional information that was left by the Spanish when they made that cache. And subsequently, I was able to find the exact location where the cache had been made. And of course, like I said, Llewellyn Harris found the cache, removed it, used what he found to purchase a ranch, a nice ranch in Arizona, and that's where he retired and later died. But I was able to also find the location of the old mines that they got the treasure from. I was also able to find where they cached that treasure while they were waiting to ship it. Probably the very location that when the uprising, the Indian uprising happened that drove the Spanish out of the area, that's when they emptied the cache, loaded it on their burros, and tried to escape. They were attacked by the Native Americans. They had to cache it. They hid it. The survivors made a cache layout so they could find their way back to it. And I don't think that they made it back. I think they were killed, and the map ended up in the hands of the Zuni Indians that later Llewellyn Harris received from the Zuni Indians because he performed a great miracle and because he was a friend to them. So I was able to take that whole story full circle. The next feature on the coin, to the right of the coin, comes from the Las Marias treasure document, waybill, that I got involved with through Dan Lowe and that we received from Steve Schaefer years before he passed away. This story has been all but solved. It's very close to being solved. We have all the clues put together, and it's brought us into one specific area, and it's just a matter of time now. But this little glyph that's on here, the Spanish were famous for making the surprised man glyph, where there's a mine or a cache or something. They would put this surprised man glyph as a secret insider's code to look, to be, this is where the treasure is, it's close at hand, you know, it's oh my gosh, it's, you know, it's a great surprise. But it looks like a Native American glyph, and they made it that way on purpose so that uneducated or people that were not inside the loop would not know and understand what it stood for or what it meant. It looks like a Native American glyph, but the obvious exclamation surprise is kind of what gives that away. The next glyph on the bottom of the coin is the J backwards J glyph from one of the Jesse James cache sites, one of the Knights of the Golden Circle cache sites that I became involved with. I also believe that I've solved this cache site location. I was able to decode the information and find the location that matched the rock. It was actually rock incorporation. There's a skull-shaped rock shape in the rock formation, along with some other information in directional and distance-wise, and I followed that information and found a large skull-cap rock with the three-headed eagle in front of it, carved out of a cedar tree, ancient cedar tree, and used every bit of technology we had and found that the cache had been removed. And that's the way it's going to be with most of the caches that you're going to find, is they're going to be removed. They were cached for a reason, but the people that put them there knew they were valuable and made plans to be able to recover them, and that cash information went into the other outlaws, to their families, to their relatives, or even to themselves in subsequent trips. The reason things are cached was for security, for future use, in the way of the KGC, the Knights of the Golden Circle. They were part of the Civil War. They believed the South would rise again. They robbed and looted the North, banks, railroads, post offices, and people's homes and estates, and they took that money and they cashed it in caches all across the West, and so that when the South rose again, they would be able to have access to resources to be able to fund their new revolution. It could have been a Jesse James cache, just a small cache amongst his groups, his fellow group, but I believe somebody did recover that cache. There's some evidence that it was recovered. There was some activity, but it was old activity, but nonetheless, I believe that the cache was removed. I believe we have the right location. We put every bit of technology we had over it. We excavated the area in a big way, which I did a video on, and there was nothing there. The next symbol on this side is the spiral, which can be found on many petroglyph panels. This particular spiral was taken from the clamshell petroglyph panel series of glyphs. The clamshell panel, I believe, is the most significant petroglyph panel that I've ever seen or had anything to do with. I believe it contains the full story and information about the Aztec in the area, the significant locations of the Aztec society in the location of before they went to Mexico, and it also shows the important sites, the important family sites, solstice sites, the cache sites. It's all encoded in this big glyph. And this particular spiral on here is what I believe to be the Aztec treasure cave and that significant cache. And I cannot comment about the status of that at this time, but let me say it's very significant. And it's something it's bigger than any individual or person. It's historical in nature, and when it's discovered and exposed, it's going to be for the benefit of the entire world, the entire nation, and particularly the Native American people. The Paiute Indians, the Wallapai Indians, the Havasupai Indians were left as guardians over this treasure. And these are the descendants of the Aztec. They speak Uto-Aztecan language. And if you talk to their elders, to their chiefs, to the people, if they'll really talk to you, they will tell you that there are locations that they are guarding and treasures and things they're guarding that are of historical significance. I also believe one of those locations is the Three Lakes area, and the information on the clamshell map confirms this. And anybody that's familiar with that treasure story, the Freddie Crystal story, the story of Three Lakes, and the individuals that were involved with that, you will know and understand that that is a significant site and that it is being protected by, the spirits of departed Aztec warriors or higher power. Because in spite of all the attempts made to get that treasure or to find it or recover it, it has been protected, and it is doubly protected today. It's beyond amazing how these things play out and are worked out. And if you're not supposed to find something, then you're not going to find it. You're not going to be able to get it until the time is right. And there's a lot of individuals that have been involved in that would attest to the same things that I'm saying. But anyway, I've only got a few of these coins left. I'm going to sell a few of them. They're $20 plus $5 for postage. And they're, like I said, they're almost 2 ounces. They're brass, mostly copper. They have a value in and of themselves, but they're also a collector's item. There's a limited number of them that's ever going to be made. I had 100 made. I'm not going to have any more made. So if you'd like to get a copy of that, this collector's coin, if you're a collector or would like to have one, if you need a method other than PayPal, let me know. Send me an email and we'll figure it out. But you can go to the information below that has my PayPal address and just send $25, which is the $20 for the coin and $5 for the postage, and I'll get that sent out to you. And once they're gone, they're gone. We'll look forward to, in the days and weeks ahead in this new year, we're going to get out into the field and put together some more videos and information for you on in treasure hunting, in the projects we're working on. Today it's snowing outside. I was going to be out metal detecting today, but it's snowing outside, so we'll call it a snow day. Anyway, take care and have a great new year.